Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Are you ready? Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's play the intro. Let's get it. Let's go. How y'all doing tonight? What's going on? What's happening? Y'all, I'm so sorry. Let me tell you what I've been doing. So, some of y'all know I have a business partner. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man that you all would get if you attended or watched any of the Week of Kindness Summit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play I think next week maybe I'll play our interview that I did. I interviewed him. His name is Josiah Beijing. Fabulous man. And so anyway, he and another new friend of mine, Mac Abbott, I interviewed her too. We'll play her interview too. They're driving from Dallas to LA. And poor Mac's car broke down. It broke down. And so that happened earlier today, and they found someone down there in Texas. It was so sweet. And, told them, and they have the family has a shop, and they're going to fix it tomorrow, and they're in the motel for the night. So I was just chatting with them because, you know me, I got to check on you. If you my peeps, yes, Melissa, it's the same Josiah that you spoke to. Absolutely. And, if you one of my peeps, and something happens, I'm checking on you. I don't care how many thousands of miles away you are. I don't care if you're in another country. I don't care what's going on. If I done found out something has happened, I'm checking. Okay. So I had to check. And so we got to chit chatting and talking and whatnot. And then I looked down, I said, oh, I'm supposed to be live in 10 minutes. I got to get off this here phone. Oh, I thought I got to get off this line and come be with y'all. So I apologize. I was not there for the premiere. Let me have to say hello to my piece. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Melba. How are you, love? Hey, Melinda. One of the hardest, if not the hardest working moderator. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, everybody. Like and subscribe. Hey, Lady D, how you doing? You like the intro? I'm going to get y'all the hookup for these intros. Hello, Jen. I'm doing wonderful. Did y'all get a chance to see the podcast? Oh, by the way, I went to the supplement store, and they had, how fitting, Galaxy Labs. So I'm drinking out of a shaker cup from Galaxy Labs. I'm drinking this peach tea amino acid supplement. So it's all simple amino acids. So my body can automatically just kind of like process it immediately. And yeah, it tastes like peach tea. You can drink it all day. So I've been drinking it. It's helping me get my water in. Not that I don't like water. I like water, but it's helping me get my water in. And also, it gives me energy. So I have not drank nearly the amount of coffee that I typically drink. Not nearly. And it's like half a little scoop for this whole thing. So I have a nice little container. It's going to last me a while. And it tastes like peach, and it tastes very well. And it doesn't have a lot of like fake sugar. Because I don't care if it's Splenda or it's whatever the other stuff is, aspartame or whatever. I can't do the fake. I can't do a derivative. It's instant headache. This does not have it. So it is delicious. It's good for me. It helps with like mental clarity and energy. And then as I'm starting to work out, it will help me maintain my muscle mass that we're building. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, did y'all get to see the podcast? So I said all that to say I might be going like no camera so I could take a bite of my dinner before I get back on here with y'all, because I'm not trying to be rude and eat in front of y'all, but a girl is hungry, okay? A girl is hungry. And we're having chicken breast, very nicely seasoned chicken breast, like a little teriyaki taste, some broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower, and those little miniature golden potatoes, grilled, with a little garlic, onion, So it's a good meal. So I literally don't want to be rude. So if I do this, you all know I'm taking a bite. Aspartame has a nasty aftertaste. Absolutely. Raw sugar. Absolutely. Yeah, don't eat in front of your cats. Mine got put out. You were on the podcast. You're confused. What you confused about? So when I do the podcast, mukbang Lightworker, it could be. We could just call it a mukbang. If y'all don't care, I don't care. Shoot, this food is good. My daughter-in-law really can cook. She really does a good job. Shout out to Megan. So why were you confused? Oh, because I came live? Well, I'm getting back to doing the lives that feed into right after I premiere the podcast. I have a little ranch dressing too on this, y'all. Just a little, not a lot. So I apologize if I confuse you. We're gonna drop the link early. Because let me tell you why. Because I don't know how long the my graphics card is going to. I'm getting Best Buy to come out here. I need to schedule with them tomorrow, or I'm gonna try to schedule something tonight for them to come out, hopefully on Tuesday or Wednesday, to replace this fan. Any Husenheimer, because I can't do this. And I don't want to be moving this one and bringing the other one, and I can't be set up out there. It's just not right. So anyway, so y'all can join the stream. Hopefully y'all saw the podcast, and if you haven't, once we're done here, we'll go and look at the podcast. It was a little disjointed, and I understand that, because it was really kind of a stream of consciousness. And it stemmed from the fact that there are various things that have been happening in this country, specifically, social media specifically, but just in general, that are really leading me to this point where I'm really understanding that Houston, we might have a problem. And so I understand that, there's a lot going on, just in general with the economy and so on and so forth. And it just appeared to me that the best thing I could do for y'all, hang on one second. Let me go back. Let me get this. I'm seeing a lot of issues with people. Come on now. Go to my profile. Okay. Where we're getting silenced. Okay, we're getting silenced. We're getting throttled. Some people are. Some people aren't. And I know that the economy has a lot of you all like concerned. And in the 3D, I'm not saying you shouldn't be. However, if we're going to live a 5D life, then I think it's incumbent upon us to live that life, right? And to understand that the way we're going to survive better than others is by recognizing and actively manifesting the life that we wish to have. And you're going to hear a lot of us talking about this leading up to 8/8 Lionsgate. A lot of us are going to be talking to this in the days leading up to 8/8 Lionsgate. The Lionsgate, 8/8 Lionsgate, is actually 4 days prior to the next full moon, which is in Aquarius. So we've now officially, during the month of July, which we typically do, we've now switched back to the full moons at the beginning of the month. The new moon is at the end of the month, right? That 13th cycle that we just went through, full moon at beginning, new moon at end. What does that also mean, though? That also means that what you're releasing and manifesting at the beginning of the month is not going to pair up with the next new moon cycle, because we'll be moving forward, right? So the next new moon will be in Virgo. What we're releasing and creating in Aquarius full moon does not necessarily match up to what we're going to setting a new intention for in Virgo. So we're on the opposite cycle again. This changes over. It'll change back over like in January. Okay, it always does this. Absolutely, stop putting your destiny on hold. Right. And so what is it you truly want to do, and what is your true purpose? And I just feel very, very strongly that unless and until we recognize that, that's the only way we're going to thrive, because of the split that's happening. You guys can see this in front of your face right now. I know you can. I know you can see that there are, it's like Bizarro World, right? There's Bizarro World. And then there's did that really? Nah, I know that mother trucker really didn't do that. Yes, they did. I know they didn't say that out in the open. Yes, they did. Like, we're seeing this, right? So how do we thrive in the midst of this? And honestly, it's really all about not living in fear and not living under the same control. We can no longer give ourselves the luxury of having a myriad of excuses as to why we're not living the way we want to live. And this is, again, like, so y'all probably gonna, you're gonna get a little more tough love from me, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for, okay? So I want to share something with you guys, what's this? Hey, Larina Gardner. Hello, beautiful. Okay, let me share this TikTok. This was like and Secret Terror sent this to me. We share TikTok. That's like the language of your bestie, right? I don't know about you guys, but for me and my besties, literally, we send each other TikToks. Okay, so I'm gonna share the audio. I'm gonna share this TikTok that I saw. Don't hate on my TikToks. Here we go.
Von D has renounced occultism. She posted.
She threw out those books because the modern day witch trials are starting. I don't know if y'all know this, the elite, and because Kat Von D has a lot of money, she is the elite, know about things a lot earlier than we do. Like 2 months before the pandemic started, my very rich landlord texted me and my roommate and was like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a pandemic with a giant economic crash. And we were like, what? I told everybody, no one listened to me because obviously, but yes, she's rebranding herself because it's probably gonna be illegal soon to publicly practice witchcraft and to publicly have anything witchcraft or occult related. You think they're going to overturn abortion, interracial marriage, and everything else and not ban the occult in our very Christian nation? I need y'all's critical thinking skills to get up a little bit more, okay?
Did you hear that the icon Kat Von D has renounced occultism? She posted this on Instagram.
She threw up.
So, we all able to hear that? Hey, Miss D, how you doing, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? Do y'all know who Kat Von D is? If y'all don't know who Kat Von D is, we will also bring that up for y'all. Were y'all able to hear that? Give me some hearts in the stream if y'all were able to hear that. Let me know. Okay, good. So Kat Von D, let me share this with you guys then, because just in case some of you guys might not know who Kat Von D is. This is from The Insider. Kat Von D, and she's a tattoo artist. Now, I think we're going to look at the article, but I feel like she was on like, what was that tattoo? God dang it. Something Inc. that was on like A&E. I feel like it was like that tattoo like competition. Hey Ty, how are you, baby? They already banned astrology sites at your work? Shut the front door. Shut the front door. Girl, bye. 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 Okay, Ink Master, exactly. I feel like she was on Ink Master. I could be wrong, but we're gonna look at this and see. Kat Von D says she's throwing out books about witchcraft and the macabre after a series of other major life changes. So this is old girl on March 20th. Kat Von D shared an Instagram post about throwing out books that don't align with who she is. According to a photo she shared, these books discuss witchcraft and the macabre, amongst other topics. Von D has made other life changes recently, like selling her home and covering her tats. Kat Von D has made another significant life change. The tattoo artist shared in an Instagram post on Thursday that she's throwing out books about witchcraft, magic, and the macabre because they don't, quote unquote, don't align with who she wants to be. This seems to be a major departure for Von D since these themes have long been part of her aesthetic and brands. Von D's former beauty brand offered a tarot-inspired collection and a black lipstick named Witches, for example, and her current shoe line offers a coffin-shaped wallet. I've always found beauty in the macabre, but at this point, I just had to ask myself, what is my relationship with this content? She wrote on Instagram. And the truth is, I don't want to invite any of these things into our family's lives, even if it comes disguised in beautiful covers, collecting dust on my shelves. Von D included photos in the post of the book she tossed out and opened up about having pretty meaningful realizations in recent years, with many of them revolving around the fact that she says she's got a lot of things wrong in her past. The former makeup mogul also noted that so she's just a makeup mogul. Okay. She didn't want her post. She looks like this other girl. She reminds me of this girl that was on Ink Master. Didn't want her post to seem critical of people who enjoy these topics despite her feelings about them. But right now, it's never been more clear to me that there's a spiritual battle taking place, and I want to surround myself and my family with love and light. Now, if this is all the case, I'm fine with that. I get that. And maybe she no longer wants to have the gothic aesthetic. Okay? My concern, we've talked about this, my concern is that we have this overtly dogmatic Christian attempted takeover of spirituality. Well, I've been cool and quite happy with adopting the language and understanding that spirituality or new age or whatever they want to call it, because we really are in the new age, is not demonic and We're not downing anybody or denigrating anybody's beliefs. The tarot isn't going to do anything to anybody. I mean, unless you're using it for a bad reason. Hey, Dadal, how are you, babe? But this, to me, goes along with a lot of what we're seeing on these channels. Now, yeah, this is mukbang right now, guys. I'm sorry, I cannot not eat this food. It's too good. What does that do with the topic at hand? It has this to do with the topic at hand. This is showing me a shift in how we are going to be viewed as light workers moving forward. That there's now going to be this litmus test of, are you all about love and light, but just in the context of how we want you to be in love and light? Is it approved love and light? Because they're trying to control it. And unfortunately, the people that are trying to control it, a lot of them are posing as religious whatever, but really they're being used by those who do not want those of us who can see and hear to talk about what we can see and hear. They can't afford for that to come out. Can you imagine if the preponderance of the people on the planet figured out that they did not need to be subjugated to the fear and control of this planet, of the matrix? If they really grasp the fact that they can control their own lives, if they really grasp the fact that they can co-create their existence without permission from the freaking matrix. That's why I started to honestly started to do a little skit and put my sunglasses on. And I think I might do this for TikTok. I started doing a little skit and be Morpheus. Y'all might see me on TikTok tomorrow as Morpheus. Legit. IRATIOM. Go follow me on TikTok. Go do the TikTok-y things. Go follow me. Because I feel like asking people, blue pill or red pill? What do you want to do? Because literally what's happening is there's a lot of us that are getting blue pilled, but we think we're getting red pilled. What do I mean by that? We've discovered and opened our eyes to spirituality. So now what's happening is, first of all, it's big freaking business. Let's not sugarcoat it. Everybody else has figured out spirituality is big business. So they want to cash in on it in true greedy, low vibrational way. So what that's caused is now you've got these different factions, right, and groups that are willing to say whatever that's going to make somebody feel good, or not willing to say whatever because it's going to make somebody feel good. Thinking that, oh, I'm going to survive this way. I'm going to thrive this way. I'm gonna put my integrity to the side, and it'll be all right. I'm gonna thrive that way. Oh, I'm glitching, aren't I? Did I start glitching? Can somebody put a 1 in the chat if I'm already glitching video wise? My computer's gonna tell me, bitch, you're not gonna be on here all night long. I feel like I am. Let me turn the music off in the back. I'm glitching. Oh, well, I must see it here. Okay, good. All right. Well, I turned the music off so I wouldn't overpower the situation. Anyway, so we already have these factions. Like, I'm gonna just like kind of like, that's really hard for me to say. I think that there are some people that unfortunately they've allowed a filter to come through and a lens to come over some of what they're hearing, because they're getting such wide support from individuals that really, I mean, they talk a good game and they say that they're about the people, but it's really like they're really wolves in sheep's clothing, if I could, you know what I'm saying, say that. So some people are getting suckered into it. Some people are just like literally, they've made that choice. And so that's what they're living. And my point is, how are you really going to thrive as a true light worker in this time and in this age? Is you are literally going to have to make the decision. I'm creating it. I'm making my life. I'm going after my purpose, and I'm going to do it in integrity. I don't know where this rabbit hole is going to lead me. I don't know how far the rabbit hole goes. I got no clue. Hey, Dana. How are you, lovey? I don't know how far the rabbit hole goes, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to go along for the ride. I'm going to go wherever it takes me, because if you go down into the rabbit hole, then you end up coming up into the higher dimensional realms. If you go down in the rabbit hole, you end up going up in the higher dimensional realms. Okay, that's something that a lot of people don't realize. This is crazy. They've already limited my monetization. I was looking at it. They've already limited my monetization. Thanks, honey. Y'all, they're going to stop playing with my emotions. They're going to stop playing with my emotions. Probably because I played somebody else's darn video, and they're like, what's this heifer playing? What is this heifer playing? Because last time she played somebody else's video, she was clowning. Just in case you all, I have enjoyed getting the opportunity to meet with you all, some of you all, over the last few days. So I wanted to extend the offer for a free 30-minute meeting with me to talk about your purpose, to talk about how we can help you get into your purpose. And then anyone that does go on and end up working with us as a result of the conversation, you're going to get free admission to my guided meditation masterclass that I'm having on August the 14th. So by the way, mark your calendars. You heard it here first. August the 14th. That's a Sunday. Early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. So join me there. to learn how to create guided meditations for yourself and for most importantly, transformational ones for your client. Okay. So the link is in the description box below, but I want to put the ticker down the side and it's on the link tree. So just so you know, it's there. Now, my whole point with this is that you're not going to thrive as a light worker if you continue to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That doesn't mean you can't work in the 3D. And nobody's saying quit your job or nothing like that, right? What I am saying is you got to begin to move into purpose and move to creating the life that you truly want. Now, if you love your job and you don't want to do nothing else on the side, I'm cool with that. I got no problems with that because we need you there anyway. I'm okay with that. But I want you to be creating your life, manifesting your needs, wants, and desires outside of whatever you get from that job. Like independent from that. You know, there's something we used to say all the time in the church. My job, Melinda, if you could put that free admission with enrollment. Okay, free admission with enrollment. Thank you, honey. My job is not my supply. God is my supply. My job is not my supply. God is my supply. Okay. We might just give that away. Leave it. We can leave it. We can leave it. We'll give discounts and then free admission with enrollment. That's what we're going to do. That God is my supply and the job is not. And the reason why we were saying that is because that actually is true in a spiritual energetic context. You yourself, your inner self is your inner self, your higher being in conjunction with creator is your supply. It's not the job. The job is just, actually, it's rather, a lot of jobs are uneven energy exchanges, to be quite honest with you. You give them way more than they give you. But it's still an energy exchange. Still for money. You're exchanging the energy, your energy, for money. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. When we move into an entrepreneurial state or we move into a practice, right? Where you might be a healer, you might be a teacher, you might be a life coach, you might be all these different things. Well, a shaman, a medicine woman, whatever, right? Then the energy exchange then becomes energy for the energy of money. If you want to continue to depend upon that job and that's the only lifeline you think that you have, then if and or when there's further economic problems, you're attached to this 3D world. And if you're attached to the 3D world, you're going to have a problem. Fully attached to it, that's how you think that's the only way that you get the exchange of money or the energy. I've told you guys this before. I have literally manifested money out of thin air. I've literally manifested money out of thin air. Something was necessary, something needed to happen. All of a sudden, some mysterious check from some mysterious class action lawsuit that I had no idea I was even a part of, had no clue was even going on, but it found me and it found its way into my mailbox. And I ain't talking about them little $20, funky dollars somebody might give you as a result of a Walmart class action. I'm talking hundreds, even thousands of dollars in a return, in a payout when I needed it the most. Out of literally thin air, because I didn't even know it existed. But I just put out there, money comes. I just put out there that money comes to me from unusual spaces and places at all times. My bills are paid. My needs are met and met to excess. So literally, I'm starting to glitch. Literally, you're already detached from your job, you're building step by step. Absolutely, to break free, and it is step by step. But the mental part is the first part, right? That it takes to hang on one second. Bear with me, guys. Control C. Literally what needs to happen, you know what? Me producing this on my own, I swear, I'm a manifest producer for my lives. I swear to God, I'm manifesting a producer for my lives. It is happening. It is happening. It is happening because I need it. It is happening. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So you guys are gonna discount those of you that already scheduled a meeting with me, and we had our meeting already. You guys are gonna get discounted admission to the upcoming situation. You'll get free if with enrollment. Okay, just so everybody knows. All right, I want to be clear. I never want to not be clear about what's going on. Okay, I joined that. I pinned that. Okay, we're good. All right. So the thing is that unless we actually make the decision that we are going to be an active participant in the creation of our world, that none of this, all of this is for naught. And also, can I just say, we have to learn how to do this, because as the split is happening between the 3D fear control based realm, it might be my internet, babe, or my graphics card. As we split away from the 3D control based realm and we split away to this new earth, if you don't know how to operate at a 5D level, you're not going to be able to like fully kind of move into it. So right now is the proving ground. Right now is your training ground of how do you operate when your thoughts create, when your emotions create, when you recognize that you can control the atoms around you, that you have access to, or you are infused with also the God particle that your words carry and your emotions carry, and then create and make manifest and make real in the 3D. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Like, unless you understand that, it's going to be very difficult for you to be on a 5D level all the time. Resonate higher at all times whenever possible. Yes, and I'm going to extend that out. I'm going to actually, energy seeks its own level. Absolutely. Resonate higher at all times, all the time. Getting to this point where we're resonating higher at all times, all the time. I used to have a saying, and I actually got it from Aaron Doty. A lot of you guys might know who he is. He was talking about raising the vibrational set point. He used to say this all the time, but that he was here to help raise the vibrational set point of humanity. That's why we're here. Light workers are here to raise the vibrational set point of humanity. Well, what does that mean? That means there's a baseline. You know, guys, when we go to the doctor once a year, whatever, for our for our annual physicals or whatnot, they always take your blood pressure and this, that, and the other. And they develop a baseline, right? There's a baseline. Or women, men probably should too, but women, when we go in, when we should, to have our mammograms done and all that, that's creating a baseline. This is what that tissue looks like when there's, if you get in before there's any issues, of course. If there's no issue, this is the baseline. So we have a baseline that we operate at as human beings, and then kind of a collective consciousness baseline that kind of the globe is operating at. Well, that baseline is desperately trying to raise up as we're moving into new earth energy, right? And so as that baseline begins to raise up, we should be raising along with it. As we raise along with it, our resonance, we begin to resonate at a higher dimensional, higher frequency level. Right now, the collective consciousness is kind of like at a low love, 400-ish, resonance right now. And moving up to 5D would really put us at a little bit over 500, high fives, mid to high fives, low six. We're like then we're kind of raised up. We're a lot further away from like solar plexus sacral and root chakra energy, and much higher and much further towards like throat chakra, pineal gland, or third eye, and crown. So that all of this then takes over, rather than this being our go-to all the time. That our go-to is then spiritual or esoteric or ethereal, higher dimensional, rather than the go-to being the fear, control, anger, guilt, shame, da. Reason is a lower vibrational energy. Reason is not a high vibrational energy. Okay? This is why when we talk about manifestation and, only doing it through your mind. Okay. Sorry, gang. Manifestation through your mind, right? Or basing it on your thought patterns and things like that. That's why when we talk about that it takes so long for that to actually manifest, to come to fruition, because it takes a lot longer to try to reprogram your mind if the reprogramming is solely based on intellect rather than based in your heart on emotion. And I was just listening. I wish I could remember who it was. I was just listening to it was one of the, I don't remember who it was. It was one of the spiritual teachers, and she was, or maybe I was reading one of her posts on Facebook or something, so I'm not going to out her. And she was like, "Oh, you cannot be like swayed by your emotions. Stop depending on your emotions." And I was just like, dude, you're wrong. Like, I get that we don't want to be just swayed by the emotions, but why are you not teaching people how to approach things from a level of neutrality so that emotions don't get swayed, that resonance stays at a specific level, right? Like, and it was a woman. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Right? So, you're telling, and she like works with women. I'm like, you're telling women specifically to ditch your emotions and like just be in their mind. What are you doing? No, you're telling them to stop using their superpower. Our superpower are our emotions. There's a reason why when people, conceive a child, you'll hear a lot of times, oh, this is a love baby, right? This is a love child. Now, usually that's because you was messing with somebody you wasn't supposed to be outside of the relationship that you was in. But anyway, that's another story for another day. That's a spirit after dark conversation. They waited till I was good and not showing my face before they popped up. But when you get pregnant, if things are, if it's a pregnancy, I'm not going to say that it's not unwanted. Let's just say it's a pregnancy that doesn't happen as a result of a traumatic event. Okay. I want to be very careful with my words. Even after you get out over the initial shock. Okay, so can I be real, right? So when I got pregnant with my first child, I was a junior in college, about to head to my senior year in college, and when I found out that I was pregnant. It was not planned. I was actually on birth control, but I had gotten an ear infection. And so I was taking antibiotics. And they did not tell me. I swear to you, because I was in my junior year. I was getting ready to go to senior year at school. They did not tell me to use an alternative form, like additional form of protection against pregnancy. Because had they done so, I probably would have got pregnant with her when I did. So I got pregnant. Now I found out I was pregnant, like I feel like it was like August or September, late August, early September. School didn't start till mid to late September. We were on a trimester situation schedule, or like quarters. So we had one super long quarter in the fall, one short one in the winter, and one semi-long one in the spring. So it wasn't the same as everybody else's semester. So we started later than everybody. Anyway, and it was into September before I was supposed to start. So, once I got over the, oh my gosh, and the, what am I going to do? And this is right before my senior year. And then I think a week later, I got this letter telling me that basically the government had cut Pell Grants and I wasn't getting no money. And, I couldn't afford to go to school anyway that next year. I couldn't get enough loans, and I just couldn't afford it. So I was probably going to have to, at the very least, drop out a semester at the very least anyway, or one of the terms. So once I got past that, then it was, I started feeling this like love for my child that was growing inside of me. And I'm positive, because I've seen this so many times, where when the pregnant mother is having like a non-tumultuous like relationship situation, she's not stressed out, things are fairly decent, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a lot of arguing, fussing, fighting and stuff like that going on. Like the pregnancy turns out very well. Like her emotional state is critical to the development of that child that's growing in her womb. Is that child growing in a toxic environment, or is that child, kind of growing and ends up in this and has in a very loving, right, environment? And so when I see women, especially women who are coaching or mentoring other women in whatever, I don't care if it's helping them with their shadow work, or in the let me help you, grow your business, and you're a business mentor and you're in the energetic coaching space and you're telling us to just ditch our emotions, that's not going to cause an environment where you can thrive. That's not going to cause an environment where you can thrive. That's forcing you to rely on of the two, the least effective electromagnetic field generator of the two, between your mind and your heart space, between your mind and your emotions. You're cutting yourself off from your sacral. Like, why would you do that? And so, I'm not going to out this person because that's not the kind of person I am, but I want us to recognize we're not going to thrive as light workers if we're cutting ourselves off from our own energy generation. That's not going to work. Let me catch up with these. Human emotions will kick in from time to time, and a person will have to readjust and raise their vibration back up. Exactly. It's a practice. Exactly. It's completely a practice. But that's what we're here to learn. That's what we're here to learn. We're here to learn how to do that so that as our vibration raises and our bodies change and our DNA codes kick in and everything changes, we can thrive in a higher dimensional environment. It's just like if you were, okay, so y'all know I'm planning on moving to Florida. Now I don't know when it's going to happen yet, but yeah, it's coming. Okay. I'm moving. I got to be out here. Okay. We're not finna do another winter. Okay, so anyway, that's a whole nother story. Y'all know my feelings on that subject. But anyway, listen. So, when you move south, anybody that lives north and ends up moving to a warmer climate. So if you live, in any of the northern states of the United States of America, and you move to a southern or warm climate state, what ends up happening? The old people used to say that your blood get thin, right? Your blood gets thin. Because especially if you stay there for a little while. Like if you move and you're there for like 6, 8, 10 months straight, and then you come back up north and it's a little chilly where we would still be in shorts right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you move to California or Florida or Texas or whatever, and you come back up north and the high is like 50. Now, we've become we're acclimated to the lowering temperatures up here if you're living here full time. So to me, 50 degrees depends upon which side of the year we're on, but 50 degrees still ain't bad. I'll start complaining, but it ain't bad. I'm not trying to find winter coat. But now anybody in my family or my friends that has moved south and then come back up and the high is 50, child, they're trying to find mittens, hats, parkas. They're like, oh my God, it's so cold. And I'm just like, your blood and thin. Why? Because you gotten used to what? A higher temperature. So your body has changed. How your body interacts with your physical body, how it interacts with the environment has changed. This is the same concept that we're trying to explain as far as spiritual things of the spiritual nature. Your body will change, and it does change as your vibrational set point of your energetic being raises, because it unlocks different keys and different codes. Your body changes. Like, I did not realize until I've had a couple of recent very strong, we'll just call them encounters or, occurrences. And I know that it was like a seriously vibrational or frequency or resonance elevation. I don't know if this is the place to tell it, but at any rate, my body literally changed. Like I started dropping weight out of nowhere. Like that meal that I just had today is the first time in probably 2 to 3 weeks I've had 2 meals inside of a day. Normally I only eat 1 meal a day. Yesterday I had to rest my physical body, so I think that's my physical body catching up. But normally I eat just 1 meal a day. And it's not that big. And I'm not hungry. I'm not hangry. I'm not hungry. I'm not dying. I'm not passing out. Like nothing's wrong, but my body is changing. I was just talking with Dana about this. Hey, Red Violet, how you doing, baby? Right, it takes your body a minute to adjust to the different climate. So it's taking our bodies, it's going to continue to take our bodies a minute to adjust to the new frequency climate. But this is why we're going through this transitional period right now. If you do not know how to operate within the new rules of New Earth, you're not going to be able to operate within New Earth. And I'm not threatening or trying to scare anybody. I'm giving you the tips. How are you going to thrive as a light worker in these troubled times right now? And how does you thriving actually help not only you, but the collective consciousness? You're going to thrive by beginning to operate according to the rules of the 5D. What are those rules? Those rules are we manifest what we won't need desire. Those rules are we make our life what we want to make it. Those rules are we understand and understand how the matrix operates so that we can crack the code, so we can rewrite the code. Those rules are we operate from a space of neutrality so that we utilize our emotions as our superpower and they're not a detriment. Utilize your emotions as a superpower because they are your superpower. I think I'm gonna do that as a giveaway. I think I'm gonna do that as a gift. I haven't given that away in a while. We're gonna give that away very soon. So follow me on TikTok, follow me on Insta. We're gonna do that as a giveaway. Because that's a key component on how you're gonna thrive. You're not gonna thrive if you do not have your divine feminine and divine masculine balance. I'm not saying you got to be perfect, guys, but we at least got to be moving in that direction and stop giving ourselves this excuse. See, all the time, every time you give yourself an excuse, every time, you are buying into the programming and you're reinforcing that programming that's already there. That's harsh. I get it. I know. But it doesn't matter to me. Like in my own personal life, everybody gets to do what they want to do. In my own personal life, it does not matter to me what my circumstances look like. I just go up higher and say, this is my life. This is my life. I'm not operating any other way. I don't understand it. I don't understand anything else, but this is my life. Money comes to me. It's just the energy. I just draw it in. Just like I draw in friends and relationships of a high vibrational level. Yeah. That's what happens. So I don't allow myself the latitude and the luxury of excuses. I just don't. And when multiple things hit at once, I'm just like, okay, well, da 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 da. When I hit an obstacle, well, what is the lesson here? That obstacle usually shows me some area I still have fear in. So I need to say, okay, what's that fear? Okay, great. Do I still need this fear right now? Okay, great. Can I let this fear go? Awesome. Let me release this, forgive myself, and let's operate without it. Let's reintegrate that into our being such that it is now empowering rather than debilitating. All right. Well, gang, my computer is telling me, since I can't speak to you with my face, that it's time for me to call it in. We're gonna get her fixed. I'm gonna go on and schedule something with the Best Buy peoples. Oh yeah, she's bad. She's not happy. I'm gonna schedule something with the Best Buy peeps and get the people to come out here and look at my stuff and fix my fan. I ain't had this computer but a little over a year. I got this computer last March. It's still under warranty, but can I just tell you, I refuse to send this in. That's the only bad part about buying something like online, like through Newegg, to send it in. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Like I would have to pack it up. I'd have to find the box, pack it up, send it in, and Lord knows how long it's going to take for them to get my ish fixed and bring it back to a B. That's not cute. So I have the total tech support geek squad from Best Buy. So I'm gonna get on the horn with them in just a few minutes to be like, y'all come out here. We passed all the Rona BS, so they should be able to come out here and be decent in order. Yeah. And bring 3 fans. And fix it in the house. It's not gonna cost me anything but $50 to have them come out here and do it. So anybody that works from home or like that, this is you're an entrepreneur and or whatever, and there's a lot of things having Best Buy Total Tech support I'm disappointed in, but one of the things I'm not is that by and large they will out. Hopefully they'll fix this hardware issue. They will come out and replace things as they need to. So, for like $50, you pay 200 and something a year. Now, if they tell me some monkey mess that I got to come and drop this off, do you know how mad I'm gonna be? I'm not doing it. I'm gonna find me somebody to fix it. Anyway, so that's the deal, guys. We will see you all tomorrow morning for the astrology. I should have done it tonight, but I was making TikToks and reels and shorts and this. But we'll see you tomorrow. Go down in the description, either in the Linktree link that's down there or there's a link down there. I'm gonna extend because I really did enjoy talking to so many of you over the last few days that I'm like, you know what? So if this resonates with you, if you're like, yes, I'm ready to step into my Lightworker path and I'm ready to figure out what my purpose is and I'm ready to figure out how to thrive like this and be who I'm destined to be. You know, if that's like healer, teacher, mentor, even if you're like selling hard products, but you're willing to teach others about certain things esoterically, any of that, like life coach, spiritual life coach, whatever the case, or you want to add the esoteric to or holistic to your current practice, I want you to click that link, schedule 30 minutes with me. And again, if we end up enrolling, great. And then you'll get to attend my guided meditation masterclass for free on the 14th. Otherwise, those of you that have already had a call with me, I will get you guys a discount coupon. And so we will, once I decide how much this is, we will discount it for you so that you can attend as well. All right. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right, gang. We'll talk to you soon. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Bye, gang.